Alright, so I have already started the great tire swap here of 2022. So I bought these Goodyears. They're a trailer tire. Maximum inflation is 80 psi. They're supposed to have a reinforced sidewall so that if you're curb running, I guess they'll last longer. And they're load range E. So I'm putting these on the utility trailer, and we'll take a look at that in a second. I bought them from Discount Tire. The price was $2.90 for two of them, plus tax. So I did look at a Carlisle that the local Fleet Farm had, but they wanted the same price as this tire, and the Carlisle is made in China. These are made in USA. So I went with these, and hopefully they're pretty good. This was a pretty popular tire at Discount Tire. They have these mostly in stock. They have a couple of the Chinese tires as well for trailers, but this was the most stock tire that they had, the Goodyear Endurance trailer special here, trailer tire. So like I said, it's load range E. My utility trailer had load range D tires, and that should hopefully help a little bit as well. So let's take a look at the utility. Alright, so here it is on the trailer. Everything's the same. It's the same size and everything like that. It's just that it's up a load range, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking the tire that came off this trailer, and I'm going to use that as a spare on the camper. At first I thought I was going to change both the tires on the camper over to the tires that were on this utility trailer, but I'm going to look at the date. I think the camper tires are actually newer than the utility trailer tires. So if that's the case, that'll save me some time. I'll just take one of these off the utility and throw it on the spare for the camper, and then we'll have a decent spare for that. And then I just got to change out the other trailer tire here. And this is the original tire. It's a Provider load range D, and it is made in China. So they're good tires. Nothing's dry rotted or cracked or anything like that. But like I said, that camper spare, that one's no good. So I just decided to go this route, and instead of buying one of those expensive Goodyear tires and putting that on as a spare, I just decided to get two, and I'll replace two in the trailer. And like I said, I couldn't find even a Chinese spare that was less than that Goodyear, so it didn't make sense to spend 150 bucks on a Chinese tire that's just going to sit as a spare. So that's why I went with the two Goodyears. Alright, so I did confirm, and so I checked the trailer tires on the camper, and the manufacturer date is 17. And this is the spare in question with the tread starting to come loose. That's also 17. And this is the tire off of my utility trailer, and date is 16. So we're going to use this one, is going to go on that rim there, and that will be our spare for the pop-up camper. And we're going to throw that other Goodyear tire on the utility trailer. So that should be a sweet deal. Alright, so I got everything switched over. I finished switching them last night after work. So, like I said before, this trailer tire here is off the pop-up camper. That's a load range C. Maximum PSI is going to be 50 PSI on that tire. This middle one here is now going to be my replacement tire for the pop-up camper, the spare. I got that's just on a white rim. And that one is a load range D, as in Delta, and that maximum PSI on that tire is 65 PSI. And then this tire here is the new Goodyear, and that is a load range E, as in Echo. That's on a black rim that goes on the trailer, and the maximum PSI on that tire is 80 PSI. So as you move up here, the pressure in the tire goes up, and I believe, if I looked at it, the rim for the utility trailer here is stamped on the inside with like the maximum amount of weight capacity it can carry, and that matches this tire now. So you could go, I guess, to the next, what would be an F on this, but you really would be overloading, well, everything, the axle and the rim. So this way it's loaded to the max right now with these tires and that rim combination. So this tire looks pretty good yet. Like I said, this one is older though. This is a 2016, this is a 2017, but because of the camper dealership putting that tire goo on it and shining it up because they didn't have a tire cover on it, it ended up you know, starting to separate. And this is the side that was facing the camper. The other side's even worse. So I'll get this put on the trailer here and then we can wrap this up. Alright, so that's on the inside of the rim. You can see it says max load 2,830 pounds. And like I said, that matches the tire now. So you probably can't see it, it's upside down, but right here is the 2830 is the max on these tires as well. So everything matches. That's still probably over the capacity of the axle, but it's always nice to have a little wiggle room on your tires because, you know, with utility trailers, people usually end up overloading them at least once in their lifetime. So, all right, so before we wrap it up here, this is on the boat trailer, and this was the spare tire, and they did the same thing where they greased it up real well here. So I put this on the trailer and we're gonna run this down the road and use this one and hopefully get most of that tire shine off there. I might have to try scrubbing it off, but at least if it's running down the road, hopefully the compounds in the tire will come out of the tire and keep it from drying out, because otherwise this tire will do the same thing as the one on the camper as well. Alright, so the takeaways from this is, one, always shop around for your tires. These I got a pretty good price on, and they are made in USA and they're a name brand. I would have paid just as much for a Chinese tire. Two, never put tire shine or any type of gloss on your trailer tires. Trailers typically don't get used as much as cars, especially the spare tire, and that's just going to dry rot your tire out. Three, make sure you have the correct load range for the application so you're not overloading the tire. And then the last one is always check the date on the tire. So if you're not sure, there's always a date code, and this one is 2022, so they're brand new tires just manufactured this year. So it's always good to check that to make sure you know how old your tires are. So that'll be it for now.